Hello, everyone. Welcome to video 4 in the Anxiety Cure series. I hope you're all doing okay as you're sitting here or listening to this video. So hopefully by now you understand what anxiety is all about. You know that all anxiety is, or panic, or the underlying mechanism behind OCD or anything else is just the overactive flight or fight response. If you're not convinced on that, please watch video 1 again. Hopefully you also now know that there's nothing wrong with your brain. It's just learnt to be anxious. If you're not convinced on that, if you still think there's something wrong, I urge you to watch video 2 again. And hopefully if you've just watched video 3, you're getting really familiar with your current state. You know all the physical symptoms that the flight or fight response is activating: the heart racing, the palpitations, the lump in the throat, the sweaty palms, the hot flushing, the muscle tension, the headaches, the blurred vision, the behaviors, the withdrawing, going quiet, or feeling highly anxious, whatever they might be. Because if you know all that, then this video is all about letting it all happen. So this is effectively your technique to deal with any moment of anxiety, an anxiety attack, a panic attack, an obsessive thought or intrusive thought coming in, a compulsion coming in to do something from an OCD perspective. This is your method or your technique to let it all happen, inspired by the fabulous Dr. Claire Weekes, who has done some great work around this with some of her books. So if you don't know her, I encourage you to check her out as well. But essentially all we have to do is, if we now know why we are in this state, we now know what anxiety is, simply a tired nervous system triggering an overactive flight or fight response, we can start to just let it all happen. So as you're sitting there listening to this video, I just want you to follow along as I talk you through what the technique is all about. Because your nervous system is active, the flight or fight's active, there's adrenaline surging, there's the stress hormone cortisol surging, trying to activate all these different aspects of the body, having a whole lot of energy in the system that can get you quite fearful because it triggers negative thinking and worry. It helps get you involved in the thoughts. What we have to do is use our body as a way to provide, to self-soothe and reassure us. So what I encourage you to do as you're sitting here is just let your body go as loose as possible. So let your feet and your toes go loose. Muscles in the calves go loose. Thighs go loose. Stomach muscles sag and go loose. Muscles in the back letting go. Letting yourself sink into the chair. Letting the shoulders drop. Arms go loose, fall by your side or loosely in your lap. Because what we're doing is when the body is loose, the brain gets a bit confused and it's like, hang on, I'm all loose, so there's nothing to get worried about. If there was a problem to be solved, if there was actually a physical threat, as anxiety tries to trick us into thinking, there'd be lots of tension in the body. So now that we know what we're suffering from is just a bit of anxiety, a bit of adrenaline, we can just let the body go loose. Muscles on the head letting go, muscles above in the forehead letting go, muscles around the eyes letting go, letting your jaw open slightly. If thoughts come in, worrying thoughts that begin with what if this is going to happen, what if that happens, we don't fight the thoughts, we don't get involved in the thoughts. We just turn the mind back to the body, letting it go as loose as possible. We're not even trying to relax. We will relax, but we're not trying to do it. All we're doing is going loose because we now understand what's going on. We know why this is happening. Feels awful, feels unpleasant, can feel scary. But we're just going to let the body go as loose as possible. Again, feet, legs, just go nice and floppy and loose. These words are sometimes more powerful than, say, relax, which is obviously what we want to do, but going floppy, loose, it's something we can mimic. If you're out and about, you walk slow, talk slow as I'm doing this now. More thoughts come in, we let the thoughts be there, don't get involved in them, and turn the mind back to the body. It's okay if you get lost in your thoughts for a few moments. Just as soon as you realize, return the mind back to the body and let it go loose as possible. So what we're doing is we're just letting the anxiety do whatever it needs to do. We're accepting that it's here. We're accepting that we've been triggered by something. We're not trying to fight it. We're not trying to stop the thoughts. We're just trying to create a bit of space between ourselves and the thoughts and let it all happen using our body as an anchor. No running away from it. Just letting the storm of anxiety whirl around us, because we know that eventually the adrenaline that's fueling these thoughts, worries, will eventually dissipate and we will feel relief because we've always done so in the past. This is just a temporary state, as hard as it feels right now. So that's all we have to do. Let it all happen. And use the body as an anchor. We might breathe. Slow, deep belly breaths. In, out. In, out. Again, we just do this whenever thoughts come in for as long as it takes. It might take you a minute, 5 minutes. If this is new, it might take 20, 30, an hour. It doesn't matter. This is just practice. The more we practice, the better we'll get. And the sooner the adrenaline will dissipate. But no matter how long it takes, the adrenaline and the stress hormones in the body will eventually dissipate. They can't stay forever and you'll feel relief. So knowing that allows us to continue to practice, stay loose and breathe. So that's all the method is, this technique is, to let it all happen, to glide through the tension no matter where we are, whether we're in bed, sitting at our desk, walking to the shops, taking our kids to school, on the train going to work. Just let it all happen and stay loose in the body. It's as simple as that. Not always easy, but simple. Again, if you're not sure why you're doing it, you need to watch the first 3 videos to remind yourself, because it's normal for us to forget. So this is why I recommend you watch the videos over and over to convince yourself of why you're doing it. So I hope that helps. There's also a glide through tension meditation on this channel. I think it goes for 13 minutes, so very similar to what I was doing just now. But I talk you through a longer version for 13 minutes, which you can use to help your practice. If you can't get your thoughts right on your own, put the earphones in and listen to that as many times as you need. Let me know how you go in the comments below, and I look forward to seeing you again for video 5 very soon. I wish you all the very best. Take care.